In the last video, we took my car to the dyno to see what kind of power we'd make on a pump gas tune at 26 psi. The car made 424 all-wheel horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. Then we took it out for some pulls in Mexico and came out on top. Today we're upping the boost and changing to an 85 tune so we can make some real power. Let's see how she does. So we're here at JB Fuels in Calgary, the only pump here with 85, doing our first 85 fill. So pretty excited about that. It's been about 4 months since I've been saying we're gonna rock 85, so here we are finally. So we'll see what kind of mixture we get. We'll see what our ethanol sensor picks up and send some logs over to Kevin. So our flex fuel content analyzer is currently sitting at about 51, so I'm trying to burn a tank of fuel here so we can get closer to 85 there. So let me just burn through some gas real quick and then maybe we can turn up the boost. Well, we're all topped up with the 85 and we're at 70.7-ish, so 70%, which is actually pretty good. So we're gonna run that and see what we do. Doing some logging here. We're finally getting set up for 85, so we adjusted our global fuel and also our global dead time for the 85, and essentially just try and get this as close to zero as you can, and it fluctuates a lot, so be mindful of that, but that's essentially what you're doing when you are adjusting your global dead time. So now we're waiting for the revision from Kevin, and we will go do a couple pulls and send him some logs. So I came to do some logs and some pulls, and I showed up to a little street racing event. So we're gonna be able to watch some cars while we wait for Kevin to send us some more revisions. What a nice little turn of events here. All right, guys, we just turned up the boost. We should be around 30 pounds of boost now, so we'll see how that goes. Rowdy. Yeah, that felt really good. I don't know, it looks like we hit 29 psi briefly, but we'll take a look at the log and see what the log says. You guys probably aren't going to be able to see anything on here, but where's our poles? All right, so there it is. Okay, so we did hit 30 pounds of boost there. We got, yeah, 30 psi. 30. We hit a little bit, 21 psi actually, but our AFRs still look good. And in third gear, yeah, we hit 31 psi. So that looks pretty good. We have a little bit of knock, but it's like 0.7, 0.5 degrees of knock, so it's really not much. But we'll fire that over to Kevin and see what he thinks. Okay, we got it all back from Kevin. We turned it up to 35, or hopefully 35. See how close we can get to that, but that should be our last target boost is 35. I mean, that's pretty risky on the stock block as it is, so we'll yeah, do a quick little pull here and see what our target boost is. We didn't even hit 35. It's stuck at 30, it looks like. Well, yeah, see what the log says. Because that didn't work. Okay, so figured out the problem with Kenny's help. It had a fuel cut. So the fuel cut was set to like 30 pounds of boost. So it makes sense why it was doing fuel cut. So let's try one more time. Far too bumpy. This car might be quick, but it would be a terrible getaway car just with the coilovers and the front lip and how low it is. You gotta really be cautious of the streets you drive on. Makes it pretty annoying sometimes, but it sure is fun regardless. So I tried messing with my boost gauge and now I'm just getting error codes. I have it run through DSM link, not the AM True Boost wiring, so not sure what's going on there, but one quick pull, check our boost, make sure we're not like severely over boosting, since I can't see it on the gauge anymore. Stop stream, go to the pull, 33, yeah, it's like 33 PSI, so we can give it a little more. Edit this table. And save. Cycle the key. And we should be good to go. So we're gonna go do one more with hopefully 35 PSI. I did get my boost gauge. I messed up my boost gauge by messing around with it and got it to work itself out. So we'll see how she goes. .35 PSI, like I said, is going to be the last target boost we go for, because that's honestly it's fast enough. This thing's an absolute rocket. All right, so I'm hoping this is going to be 35 pounds here, so we'll see what we get. Just gave out again. I don't even know what that means. I guess we'll have to take a look at the log and see what it says. We'll after reviewing the log, we are hitting our target of like 35 pounds of boost. It's a brutal road right here. So that's looking really good. We don't have a ton of injector left. I think we're at like 90% duty cycle on our injectors. We still could push those to 100, but 35 is honestly the number I was targeting anyways. So that's right. We're kind of like the right spot, I think, for what we're after. So we don't need to go any higher than that. I still got to figure out this boost gauge, why it's just reading 0. It's kind of shitty that I can't see or figure out what the fuck is wrong with it, but we'll, I don't know, try and tackle that. It is a true boost, and I do have it off. Like I said, I'm tied into the ECM link boost controller, so we're not using the solenoid from the true boost. So it shouldn't even, when it's off, it should just be reading whatever my current boost is and not using the solenoid. That's pretty much all it should do. So I don't really know what's going on. I'll have to dig into that. Again, see how rough this thing is? I mean, the roads in Calgary are just absolutely atrocious this year. It's like the worst I've ever seen them. They're just disgusting. They're trying to add another lane on the highway, so they're just completely avoiding every other road in the city. So there's literally been cars that have had tires and wheels break or fall off or whatever because of the potholes here. It's just brutal. Anyways, I'm gonna try to figure out this boost gauge, and I'll see if I can get you guys back up on the camera and we can maybe get some drive-bys and set up a tripod or something. I've been fighting with this boost gauge and I still can't come up with a good reason why it's showing 0. Our boost line is good. It actually was disconnected, so I think that might have happened during the pull, but I hooked it back up and it's still not working. I took my finger off to make sure that it was getting vacuum on the line, and it was. And I also, when I was pulling it out this time, I pulled out a ground wire and I fixed that, and it's still not working. So I don't know, maybe it's just time to upgrade to the X series gauge. They're a lot bigger, the numbers are cleaner, so maybe just get like a AMX boost gauge. I don't need the true boost anymore because, like I said, we're just going through ECM link now. I'm not using this at all because this one you can choose between like A and B, so you have 2 different maps, and we're not doing it through here anymore. So maybe I'll just get a good old-fashioned boost gauge. It's kind of hard to mess those up, so that might be the next option for us. But everything feels really good on the 35 PSI pull, and yeah, I'm really not sure if there's anything left for us to do this summer. I gotta fix a leak, but it's just my drain line for the turbo, but everything else pretty dialed. I mean, we're end of August now, so it's not like we have a ton of summer left. Snow should be coming in a couple months, but we'll see if we can get some more races in, especially on this new E85 tune. Guys, I've been driving this car on E85, 35 pounds for a little while now, and we finally found the weak link, and it's the clutch. So I've got an FX, like a Clutchmasters FX 400 in here, which is rated for like 570 foot-pounds, but it does have, I believe, like 90,000 kilometers on it, so it's pretty old, but it is slipping, so we can't really even get into any boost, honestly. Like as soon as we hit, I don't know, my boost gauge isn't working yet. I still haven't figured that out, but we get into boost and it just kind of starts slipping immediately. So I'll show you guys here. We'll do third gear. It held a little bit there, but it started getting a little bit of chatter. Holy fucking shit. That's a brutal spot to be fucking broken down. Somebody just, I saw the smoke on their tires. Let's see if we can get this clutch to slip here on camera for you guys. It's still kind of held there, which is really strange. I think fourth gear, I think it slips every time. But yeah, we're definitely not holding the power down anymore, which is pretty unfortunate, but it's almost winter, so we've got a few things to do in winter, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. I mean, we can still drive the car, we just can't get in a boost, which is okay. We don't need to be boosting everywhere. We'll just kind of drive it how it is until we can get a new clutch in there. I'll keep you guys updated on the progress, but we've got a lot of work to do on this thing. A lot of upgrades to do anyways. And yeah, it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun with some of the things we're doing this winter. The beauty of running flex fuel is I can put in pump gas whenever I want. Only thing I need to do is turn on the boost back to 26 psi instead of 35 psi. And I have to do that manually via the computer and ECM link, but that takes 2 seconds. But otherwise it's just that simple. We're back on our 93 pump gas tune, so we turned the boost down to around 27 pounds of boost and are no longer running 85 due to the clutch slippage we were getting. And now that we have the pump gas in it with the boost turned down, it's driving perfectly fine, so no more clutch issues there, which is good. And it's also almost winter, so we need to get the 85 out of there anyways. That'll clog up our fuel lines, injectors, etc. So it's good to get that out of the fuel tank so we don't let it sit over winter. But it's definitely slower. It made quite a bit of jam on E85. I'm guessing around 550 wheel, which is kind of right where I want to be with this car. So we have lots of plans for the winter. You guys will see what's coming up here soon. I'll try and get some video content of some of the stuff we're going to go through this winter, but that's not going to be for a couple months yet. So for now, we're just going to try and get some more rolling cinematic and just videos for you guys and see what we can post. The car's, I mean, pretty much dialed where it's at, so I have nothing really to film here, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll keep the videos coming, guys, don't you worry.